Okay, so here we are, Latimer Park, final game of the season. My name's Nick Smith. Joining me on the commentary today is Craig Turnbull. Craig, how important is this game for Kettering Town?
Oh, it's massive. You can't get any bigger than this. There's roughly about 2,000 fans. Probably say good 300-400 here brought from Slough, and both teams are making a massive noise here today. Yeah,
it really shows the desire for Kettering Town Football Club. It's still there.
Oh, it is. It's tremendous, and we're just waiting for the referee's whistle here, and we are away.
Here we go, 90 minutes that could decide, well, will decide Kettering Town's league status next season. Warby takes a goal kick, sends it long. And Slough ease that away. Now Kettering Town, Steve Kinneber on the ball. Jepson just plays it back to him. And that's going to be a bit ambitious and rolls out for the first Slough Town goal kick of the day so far. Not sure on the attendance here, Craig. I'm rubbish at speculating, but there's got to be there's over 2,000 surely.
Oh, yeah, there's got to be well over 2,000. I saw the police about 15 minutes before the game giving a nice inspection, and they were telling our security officer Mark Brace to keep piling them in as Kettering Town, as Slough Town there, sorry, get a free kick. But yeah, the actual attendance here is phenomenal. It's good to have these times back.
Yeah, Bank Holiday Monday, the weather's good. It's a bit breezy up here on the perched on top of a porter cabin, but I think it's fair to say, Craig, we've got the best view in the house today.
Oh, absolutely. If you know where Latimer Park is, and you've seen the old hut that I normally peer my window out of, we're perched just right on top of that, right below the dugouts, and it's a good view. Yeah,
it's a great view, and let's hope that the match is the same result as we had on Tuesday night against Daventry. Not a most spectacular match, Craig, but the result was all important.
Yeah, it was a bit of hard work that we had to do, and it was a great game, and the first goal was always crucial there, and Henry to get that after 2 minutes was absolutely fantastic. But we had to dig in deep, and we've shown a character new at that game numerous times that we have this season, and we've got to do it again here today.
Yeah, exactly. And about just 2 minutes now on the clock, and that throw-in straight back out against the wind, so it is really quite a strong breeze here. I don't know if you'll be able to tell that from the pictures. You see the flags fluttering, but it is quite a strong breeze that is behind Kettering's back in this first half, Craig. Will that make a big difference?
I don't think so. We've got tall lads there that can deal with it, and it's a nearly good chance there for Kettering as Clifton drills that in. But I don't think the wind should play that much of a part. It's a nice steady breeze. It'll probably cool them down more than anything.
Excellent. There's a ball played into the box, but too short there, just fell short, and the Slough Town looked to bring the ball away. Logan goes in now. That is deemed as a high foot, although the very tall number 6 was almost bent double trying to get that. Kinneber marshals that back, and Alistair will be deals with that. Nice safe pair of hands. Good early touch for Alistair there to get his confidence.
That's it. That's always what you want from a goalkeeper in the first moments of the match. But still a bit edgy here. It's either way, both teams have had the ball, but no one's really settled down at the moment.
No, it's a massive prize for whoever wins today, though, Craig. I think it's going to be a very nervous first 15 minutes till the players settle down. And I think for both sets of players, more so for Slough Town, the crowd will probably play some factor in the opening exchanges, because most of them won't have played in front of a crowd this big.
No, it's actually great, at this level that you can get 2,000 people in here, but it's up to the strong characters and the strong players here that can see through a game and who can rise up to the challenge in front of so many spectators.
Well, we know that Kettering's players have played in front of some big crowds this season. Obviously, Tuesday night was 1,446. So hopefully, not too much of a distraction for Kettering.
It won't be a distraction for Kettering. As you rightly said, we'll be playing in these crowds, but you also got to remember that Slough have always had a decent following. They've had
of course, yeah,
500-600, and even more so when they were in the conference. So they're used to crowds as big as well. So I don't think that will phase them throughout the game.
So now, obviously, Elliot Sandy up front today. No Doobie in the starting lineup. Craig, with this season he's had, maybe a few will be surprised about that.
It's one of those that I think Dean has had to make the gamble. We know that Josh has had a bit of a knee trouble over the last 2 or 3 weeks, and you have to go with that gamble basically of if Josh is fit, do you risk him and he's the more formed player. But time will tell as the game goes on, and maybe Dean would like to use Doobie as his match winner as the game goes on.
Yeah, exactly. And although it's not a bad cross, but straight to the keeper. No, I think it's also good to have that on your bench. You've got somebody the likes of Doobie Ogbonna who can come on, and we know what he's capable of. And I think that's a really potent weapon. As Kinneborough looks to bring that ball forward, does well, reaches the halfway line, and then plays it out to nobody. So that's a Slough Town throw. Just over the 5 minutes in now, Craig. It's really is very tense out there, I think.
It is very tense. Both teams are just trying to get the ball down and basically try and control things. But if anything, we look dangerous on that right-hand side at the moment. Jay Thorpe and James Clipton, they look to try and get the ball down and play it down that right wing. As you can probably hear, Dean Thomas is not happy with that decision. No, well,
Elliot Sandy's gone down there, head injury, and allowed play to go on for a good 30-40 seconds more, which, you know, Kettering did have possession, so that's great, but finally stopped it. No treatment needed, thankfully, and Elliot Sandy's back up on his feet and back at it.
Well, I think you have to go by the letter of the law there. If it's a head injury, it doesn't matter who's got the ball, you have to stop the game there. So I can see why Dean was a bit frustrated with that decision.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, very nearly cut out there by Jonathan Thorpe. Sent forward, and he's not going to beat Henry Eze there, physically, certainly. But overlaps, still has the ball, plays it inside. So number 10, Warren Harris, keeps possession. And that's out for a Kettering Town goal kick, much to the relief of the majority of the fans in here today. So the Kettering Town fans behind the Slough Town goalkeeper's goal in the first half, Craig, making some good noise there. That's what I want to hear.
As always here, it brings me back with a little tear to my eye of the old Rocking Road days, standing there at halfway line at the Brick Road end. But it's good to see the people back and enjoying their football, and it's good that Kettering has still got a team to follow after what's happened.
Exactly, and those fans with longer memories will remember that Rockingham Road, we used to have the tin hat behind the Rockingham Road end goal.
Very much so.
And there was always a cracking atmosphere in there back in the 90s.
Well, we're the Poppies fans. There's always been an atmosphere, and I think it was only 2 or 3 days ago there was an anniversary of when we won the Southern League at Tiverton, and what a day that was.
Indeed, let's hope we can repeat that in front of our own fans here today. Slough Town look to bring the ball away, relieve some of the pressure there. Tommy Hull deals with that, looks to send it long down the right for Thorpe, and unfortunately misses that. I think Gooding's looking there for more of a ball to feet with this wind. It's going to be a long chase.
Yeah, it's a bit scrappy now, as I said earlier, but both teams are fighting for possession, and possession's been really poor from both sets, and the midfield haven't really got going for either team, and it's just a case of who in that midfield can take control.
Exactly, it's going to be key. And Slough keeper Jake Somerville sends that. It's a good kick well over the halfway line against the wind. As that up and under goes out for a Kettering throw. James Jepson giving instructions, as he has done all season. So James Clifton taking this throw, going to send it long down the line in front of us, right in front of our commentary position, and the ball nearly joins us up here. And that's gone down behind the dugout, so they will need a new ball.
We need a ball.
New ball will be required. I don't think Gary Graham's going to be slim enough to sneak down there to fetch that back. So Clifton takes another throw now, just over the halfway line. Good long throw towards Logan. Josh Moore unable to capitalise on that, and Somerville deals with that. Another big high kick over the halfway line. Logan will hold battle for that, lost the ball. James Dobson now sends the ball over. They're swerving away viciously there from Warby. The player was offside, but obviously nowadays you're not flagged offside until you actually make contact with the ball. So a bit heart in the mouth moment there for a minute there, Craig.
Yeah, I think a little bit of criticism has to go to James Clifton there. Didn't really stop the cross and let that dangerous cross come in. And Warby should have really dealt with that, but as you said earlier, the swerving wind looks to take the ball away from him there and caused us a little bit of problem.
He did it, just a little bit of indecision there. Nobody really dealt with that, and fortunately Slough Town player was offside and also missed it anyway. And Kettering looked to regain possession now midfield. Kinnerborough sends that long down the left, nobody there. A little bit panicky, a little bit nervy. They just need to calm down, get a hold of the ball and start looking for these runs. You know, just over 10 minutes in this first half, still 0-0. No chances, no opportunities, no shots. Settling down, the fans will be a bit more comfortable now. They've got 10 minutes under the belt. Nerves will be settled. Somerville takes this kick. Decent kick, long down the right, away by Logan. Gooding challenges in the midfield, misses. Tommy Hall battling for that. Jepson scoops away and Gooding looks to feed that wide, doesn't. Again, that's poor in possession there. Well won back though by Tommy Hall. Thorpe can't quite get hold of that. There is a free kick for an offence. I didn't quite see what happened there, Craig, but Tommy Hall took a bit of a tumble.
Yeah, it's a trip on Tommy by James Dobson there, but if there's an early contender for man of the match at these points of the games, it has to be Tommy Hall at the moment. He's been such immense, he's won everything, and he's got us out of trouble there. So it's good leadership from Tommy Hall, and that's the sort of plays that you need in these big games like this. Yeah,
nice composure. As you rightly say, about 4 or 5 challenges I've noted now, and he's won every single one. Yeah, I think the hard pitch and the wind is causing a few problems here, certainly in this first half for Slough. Not judging the bounce of the ball at all, Craig, as Thorpe looks to make some inroads. That's an own goal! Kettering Town have taken the lead! That is really bad news for Slough. That player's had a nightmare. I think it was number 6, George Short. Looked to deal with it, got a toe on it, and he's taking it over his own keeper's hands there, Craig. Nightmare for Slough, but fantastic for Kettering Town. 12 minutes gone. Kettering Town 1, Slough Town 0. Craig, what is that going to do to Slough Town's heads?
Well, it's a big mistake, but you've got to be fair to the defender there. He had to do something to stop Logan, because the ball from Joffrey there, the header, the flick on, was just timed to perfection. The player had to do something, and it's just unfortunate in a big game like this that he sliced it into his own big net. But he's got to get his head back into the game, because Slough need him at the moment.
Yeah, he's. I mean, that is the nightmare for all defenders, own goals. But an own goal in a game of this magnitude, Craig, he needs to get his head back sorted on the game. And I think for me, Kettering getting what is classed as still an early goal. And with our defence, that's going to be a big hill to climb now for Slough. They'll need to get back into this game as soon as they can. Kettering Town are going to need the composure, need to be concentrated, Craig, because the old cliche, you're at your most vulnerable just after you've scored. And let's hope that doesn't appear to be a truism today, Craig.
No, we've got some leaders there. The players know what it's all about, and we just got to keep our composure. But I think in a game like this, it's going to be a bit different to Daventry, where you get the 1-0 and hang on. I think today we need to get the second, and the quicker we do that, the quicker we can bury this game. Yeah,
for sure. I think unless Kettering can get a 3 or 4 goal lead, this is going to go right down to the 90 minutes, because Slough Town will not give up. As we saw Daventry Town, when you're 1 down and there's still 80 minutes to go, it's the pressure isn't quite as intense as the last 10-15 minutes, as we saw Tuesday night. Daventry never gave up, and fortunately our defence held solid, and we need them to do the same again today. Kettering Town look to bring that ball. It's Mormon, plays out. Fort picks it up. Could be in here. Tries to create shot. Oh, good effort. Now that was a save. The keeper got a hand on that. But the goal kick has been given. The keeper saved that. Jonathan Thorpe didn't appeal it, nobody else did, but that was a save. Great opportunity there for Kettering to double the lead, just 2 minutes after scoring the first. Jonathan Thorpe created the chance, edge of the area, turned, got his shot away. Important, get that shot away, get it on target, and we need more of that. Somerville takes a kick, over the halfway line again. Tommy Hall battles, wins it, good header, once again. Good break now, Kettering really finding their feet. A lot of work there for Thorpe to do. He needs to make the Slough player work there, and work he did. Saw the ball out safely for a Slough Town goal kick. This must be about the 6th or 7th goal kick now. Shows the possession Kettering have had, but also shows the wind is a factor. Ball racing away every time it's played through. Oh, a gift there. Elliot Sandy looks to close down. That's going to go out for a throw-in. Oh, and that's another ball behind the dugouts. Nearly got my toe on it, but not quite. So 15, just over 15 minutes now played. Kettering Town 1, Slough Town 0. Another long throw from Clifton, causing some problems for the Slough Town defence. Henry Eze pressures. Is now out of position, but Tommy Hall deals with it. Oh, poor control there, poor touch by Warren Harris. Just allowed Jepson to play the ball forward again, and that's gone out wildly for a throw-in.
Yeah, Kettering just need to be careful there. They not seem to be picking up the second balls when they go loose. It's Tommy Hull and James Jepson there trying to play balls in, but nobody seems to be picking them up, and thankful for us Slough not doing that either.
No, and it's been interesting. The 2 or 3 times now that Kettering have played the ball over the top, looking for somebody to run onto, it's just run away from them. I think how different would that be with the likes of Duby Ogbonna chasing down? As Henry Eze clears, ball out to safety for a Slough Town throw, just inside the 18-yard line. The Slough Town fans now finding their voice, urging their team on to try and get an equaliser. Elliot Sandy comes back to help out in defence. It's what we need to see, all the players chipping in. The referee just having a word with Henry Eze and the Slough Town number 60, very tall George Short, who was responsible for the own goal. So he's going to be very keen to make amends and see if he can put it right at the other end. Not dealt with, but that's a free kick for a bit of an elbow there, a bit of a push. And Alistair Wilby now has a free kick inside his own area. So there's I would imagine there's over 2,000 people in the ground, Craig, and there's a healthy smattering of supporters on the bank behind the Morrison's end goal.
Yeah, and it's good that we've actually got the early goal, because as games go on. So just watching Andy Goodins deflect the shot. But as the game goes on, if you haven't scored, the fans seem to get on your back there, and getting the early goal is important now, because the fans will be right with you, supporting every bad decision that Slough do, or every bad pass, and that will hurt Slough. That's the worst thing you didn't want, the actual Poppies faithful actually being on your back, and it's good that we've got that goal early on.
Yeah, exactly, and if we could get another one in this first half, then that would really make all the difference. But we have a corner. Andy Gooding won that with his shot. Slough Town defence just backed off and allowed him to shoot as it swung in by Jepson. Far post, keeper comes out, doesn't, he gets a touch on it. and kept it in, and that's away. And that is going to be a Kettering throw on the far side there. So 18 minutes now played. Still Kettering Town 1, Slough Town 0. Oh, a slip there by Gooding, and Slough race away down the far side. Good run, and he's played the ball inside. Clifton will deal with that. I think that's a foul. Yes.
That's good covering there from James Clifton. Saw the danger, just made sure he got in front of his man there, and he's done well to get himself a free kick.
Yeah, he got himself between the player and the ball, and unless you've got the legs of Peter Crouch or the speed of Usain Bolt, the only way you're going to win that ball is by going through the back of the player, which he did there. So much to the relief of Kettering. It's a free kick. Alistair Warby will take. It's Jonathan Thorpe. Elliot Standy will be looking for this, looking for a flick on. Chase this down. More pressure. It's all about pressure this first half on the Slough keeper. He's got a good 300 or 400 raucous Poppies fans behind him, and they're going to be on his case, looking to make him edgy. The ball is flicked forward. Sandy gets something on it. Not very well dealt with there by Slough as Thorpe picks up.
Yeah, that's poor defending there from the Slough defender. He should have chased that clearance and he's let Joffy in.
Thorpe looks to swing this in, does swing it in. Nobody picks it up. Oh, Logan gets their shot. Oh, it's a great save.
A great save there by the keeper.
Well, Chris Logan there found the space and the time on the edge of the box there. Craig, he turned. And again, like I said, you've got to get your shot away, you've got to get on target. He did, that was a great shot. And Jack Somerville, equal to the task there, saw it over for another corner to Kettering. This pressure is starting to mount now.
Yeah, well, after that own goal, you've got to now test the testament of Slough's back four. Have their heads gone? And is it the best time now to rock them?
Well, they are certainly looking nervous. As we saw Tuesday night, set piece is very important for Kettering. That's a goal!
It's Henry!
That's Henry the man, easy! Easy, easy, easy! He's the man. That's Kettering Town 2, Slough Town 0. Craig, I just said before that ball was slung in, Tuesday night against Daventry, set pieces proved to be very crucial for us. We always look dangerous in set pieces, corners, free kicks. That's another corner, and that is another goal, Craig. The set piece is proving it once again.
Yeah, it's at every level you've got to take your set pieces and you've got to make them count, and especially with big men like Henry Eaves and Tommy Earl, you know, you've got to make sure that they get them on the end of them. And it's a superb goal, and hopefully that will be the killer. And we just said before, with that corner, you know, you've got to capitalise on their heads going down, Slough's heads going down, and we've done that.
Yeah, exactly. And like we say, these free kicks and corners, the likes of Henry's is very, very dangerous. He's a big, solid player, and he's very hard to knock off the ball. He's in position, as we saw Tuesday night. He scored from exactly the same position, in swinging corner from that far side there. And he's done it again today. That is a crucial goal, Craig. We've got, what, 22 minutes now played, 2-0 to Kettering. It's important now. Let's see this through to half-time. Don't let Slough back in the game. If we can get another one, like you say, their heads are dipping. But they have an opportunity here. This free kick, central position, clipped in, left-footed, that straight through to Warby. Deals with that with consummate ease. Bowls it out quickly. Kettering on a break now. Gooding carries the ball forward down that left side. Oh, he's just run away from him. Didn't quite really need to be so eager to get forward there. Could have just cut back, but the ball rolls out and it is a Slough Town throw-in. As the sun comes out, we're absolutely basking in sunshine here. It's a bank holiday bonanza. 2-0 at the minute. Kettering Town need to capitalise on the pressure they've had, the dominance, and keep Slough at arm's length. As Kidderburgh just nods that back to Warby. Well, speaking to a few players before the game today, Craig, a few of the fans, the general consensus was that everybody would be happy with a ground-out 1-0 win. That's not going to happen. We're already 2-0 up. But we'd be quite happy to grind out a 2-0, a 2-1, you name it. As long as we win, who really cares?
Well, I think the key is now is obviously complacency. You know, you don't want to be caught off guard, you don't want your concentration let it slip. You've done the hard work, you've got the lead and you've doubled it. So the key now for the Poppies is obviously to do their job, keep solid and basically deal with everything that Slough try and throw at us now.
Yeah, it's another left-footed in-swinger. Still in possession on the edge of the area. Number 3 overlapping now, Ryan Parsons slings it across, dealt with Tommy Hall. Partially gets away, Jepson's got an opportunity to clear here now. There is a break on if he can find Jonathan Thorpe. Oh, he's gone the wrong way. Thorpe was at full tilt. Ball played into that channel, down the right wing, Thorpe was in. But he chose the wrong option, unfortunately.
We both saw what we were trying to do there, but Jonathan Thorpe just screaming down the right-hand line, and Josh Mormon just didn't time his run there properly.
No, and to be fair, Craig, we have got a better view of what's on from our lofty perch. Again, the ball played forward there for no apparent reason. There's nobody there. That's just going to ease out for a Slough Town goal kick. But Craig, we've seen the possession that we've had. Kettering will be keen to get any free kicks or corners they can in this half, because we've seen what can happen. The pressure and those fans behind that goal. If we get another corner, they are going to make the goalkeeper for Slough extremely nervous.
I'm a little disappointed with Slough, really. Obviously, they must have done their homework and they must have known what type of team that obviously we've got, especially with the 2 big men that we've got at the back. And they must have done some homework on set pieces and that, especially towards a big game like this. And we've had 3 or 4 corners, like you said, easily, and we could have scored on those 3 or 4 corners. And a little bit disappointing from the Slough's point of view there. Yeah,
I'm inclined to agree there, Craig. I'm slightly surprised they haven't closed down as quickly as they perhaps should have done. Or is Henry Easy's robbed there? But fortunately, wins it back, uses his body well. Oh, that's a great recovery, because Harris was away there, but Henry's used all his guile, skill and experience, and saw that out for another would-be goal kick. But I'm just trying to think back now to the chance we have. Apart from the 2 goals, Craig, we've had the Logan shot, which was well saved. We've had another chance. I think Gooding had a shot, and that's probably 4 clear-cut chances for Kettering already.
Yeah, we're just starting to take control of this game, and this is what we needed to do. And obviously, we've got a massive home advantage here, and we've got to play to the strengths that we've got. And so far, it's worked brilliantly.
Yeah, as Henry Eze sees that ball out, despite the protestations of Slough's number 9, Adam Cornell, the linesman, who could not have been better placed. He is literally half a yard from that incident, and he has indicated it is a Kettering throw. So 20 in the 27th minute now here. Still Kettering Town 2, Slough Town 0. Kettering Town really sort of controlling things, controlling the speed and tempo of the game. As Clifton looks to bring that ball, that's going to be too much, but that could get a good bounce. Keeper just very aware of the fact he didn't want that bouncing over his head. They've already had one embarrassing episode, certainly won't want another slip. Tommy Hull missing out on the header there. Slough Town bringing the full forward. That's a skewed kick by McClurg, as Harris looks to keep that in. Does so, and it's McClurg again. Better ball this time into Cornell, looking to put Harris away, and Kidder seeing that away and makes sure on the second attempt clears well over the halfway. Now it's a ball for Sandy to chase, and Gooding now takes up possession, looking to bring that forward. Thorpe has space, we're looking for someone to overlap, but there was nobody else there. Thorpe has ball, looking for Sandy in the gap. Oh, I think Sandy wanted that played in front of him on the ground there, but Thorpe really sort of caught between a cross and a shot there.
Yeah, I think if Sandy just played that ball out in the middle of the park just a bit earlier, he could have got to Joffrey's ball there. But it's good play from Kettering here. As we now actually open them up as the game's getting a bit stretched now.
Yeah, there's no doubt the Slough Town are going to have to put more men forward to try and get back into this game. And Kettering, if nothing else, have always been good on the counter. I said not a bad ball, but Mormon just unable to take. Oh, now Mormon's going to be in trouble here because he's kicked out of the player. There was a bit of a tug there from the Slough defender. Can't quite see his number from here.
Josh
Moorman is going to get booked, I'm sure.
No,
Let's hope that's all it is, though.
That's a stupid decision from Josh Moorman. Now, why he's had to do that, there's no point in doing it, especially in a big game like this, because one more stupid challenge like that, just a little tackle niggle, and it could be off.
Yeah, as the yellow card is shown, I'm always of the opinion, Craig, that players shouldn't show the frustration like that, because the defender's got an easy bite there, and he's going to be niggling it away at Josh Moorman again now, trying to see if he can get another reaction, and that could be vital.
Yeah, there's just no need to show your weakness there, and that's obviously it's just gave Slough a bit of ammo there to go and work on Josh Moorman for the rest of the game.
Yeah, at 2-0 and comfortable at the moment. I mean, that ball was well away from Josh Moorman. No chance of getting it. Just needed to keep his calm there, I think. But Chris Logan wins the ball there. It's Kettering Town, look at battle, and now Moorman's done well there. Can he get this ball across? He can. No, that's flashed across goal. That's only just in front of Thorpe there. Unable to get anything on it, and that's gone out for a Slough Town goal kick. But Josh Moorman, good work there, made up for his booking there. Twist and turn, got away from his, well, 3 Slough defenders, flashed the ball across goal. Opportunity yet again there, Craig.
Yeah, it's a very good opportunity. A bit surprised to only see Jonathan Thorpe there in the 6-yard box. That's where you probably want to find Elliot Sandy or Andy Gooden, who was racing there at the back post. But it was a very good chance, and we're creating well down that right-hand side at the moment. Yeah,
it's certainly been the most profitable avenue we've seen. Chance again down that right. Was the keeper took a risk there, just flicking that ball out towards Elliot Sandy. A bit nervy there from Slough as that ball's going to race around. Now this is good pressure from Thorpe. Is the player going to see that out for a throw? No, he's controlled it. That's a slightly strange decision for me. As Kettering win the throw, and I thought the player would have just let that go out for a throw there, Craig. Took a touch, but gave the ball straight back to Kettering.
Yeah, Ryan Parsons for me, number 3 for Slough. He seems to be having a shock in the last 10 or 15 minutes. It's not the first time he's lost out or made a bad decision there.
Ooh, late challenge there. That's going to be that should be a booking.
Dobson.
That was very late and a little high. It's, Chris Logan makes his point to the Slough number 8, James McClurg. Clifton looks okay as the referee does indeed book the Slough player for that late challenge.
Yeah, I think he's a lucky boy there. I think that if that was a bit more in the middle of the park there, I think we could be seeing a red for a challenge like that. But I think because James wasn't anywhere going towards goal, is Ryan Parsons is, James Dobson, sorry, is a very lucky boy.
Well, the biggest price they may pay is they've given Kettering a set piece. Lots of bodies forward. Henry Eze forward. Jepson's going to swing this in. Does so. Oh, that's flashing around. Oh, well dealt with there by Jake Somerville in goal. The last thing Slough wanted really was to give Kettering a chance of a set piece, which they did.
Yeah, well, obviously Slough haven't learnt from the mistakes of the second goal and corners before that. As Andy Gooden
backing away from Gooden there.
Just actually allowed to walk straight through the Slough defence.
They were just basically opened up and said, OK, well, let's see what you can do. Didn't capitalise. Kettering still in possession though. Kinneber overlaps down that left-hand side. He's able to come forward because there's not a lot happening down that left-hand side. Jepson's going to sling this one to the far post. Moorman's up, gets there, but not enough on it as Clifton picks up the pieces. Backed up by Sandy. Just kept that in. Given away by Slough. They're really quite... Oh, that's good work by Moorman. Can he get a shot away? Oh, not quite. Inches from getting a shot away, and he was through. I think that would have gone in.
Yeah, it's that number 3 again for Slough. Ryan Parsons just gave the ball away again. I think the 4th time now. In 33 minutes, he's gave the ball away. He's having a real mare at the moment.
I think nerves are playing a part. I noticed in the warm-up, Craig, the Slough Town players were lining up, taking some shots. 3 in a row went over the... We'll just break off because it's flashed behind for goal kick. Yeah, 3 or 4 shots went straight over the roof of the stand behind the goal, much to the amusement of the Kettering fans there. And after that, the Slough players decided they didn't want to take any more shots. So I think nerves just are playing a part here today, Craig.
Yeah, it's one of those where Slough are very good attacking wise, and defensively we found out where their problems are and dealt with that easily. And you know, for Slough, they've still got danger here, but they need to get that ball to their front man and get it quick.
Yeah, well, I think there is definitely vulnerability there in their defence, especially with the ball on the floor. They've not really dealt with it.
Well, I think the key battle is what we've just seen now. Elliot Sandy on George Short there, and that's the big battle. And if Elliot can win those balls and hold him up there, then it's allowing Jonathan Falk and Josh Moorman to create some space for us.
Yes, yeah, we've noting Tommy Hull. He's probably won about 8 defensive headers there this half alone. He's been absolutely superb there for me so far, Craig. He's a really standout player. Henry Easer not really having a great deal to do because Tommy Hull's doing it all for him.
It's one of those as well that we've got to watch with Henry. He does have a tendency to fall asleep there. So you know, with Tommy by his side, it's going to be up to Tommy to try and wake him up. And we've had a couple of spells on the far side at the Station Road end where Henry's trying to be nearly got caught out 2 or 3 times.
So Warren Harris looks to break through here, nearly does, but dealt with not very well, unfortunately. But Moorman's got a lucky bounce there. He's going to be able to clear his lines. Sends out long. This is something for Sandy to chase. He could be in here. He still is. This could be. Oh, mass confusion there between the Jake Summerlin in goal for Slough, and good pressure there by Elliot Sandy. Made them make a decision. Fortunately for them, the goalkeeper did end up with the ball in his hands. 35 minutes now played. Still Kettering Town 2, Slough Town 0. Now a bit of a hefty challenge there against Chris Logan, which Slough Town seemed to be appealing for, but for me that was Logan was the one that was offended there. But ball through. Sandy's going to be putting pressure on here. Slough again just not dealing with that at all, Craig.
No, it is a key battle in that corner there, and that seems to sum up the game at the moment. Kettering are just winning their key battles across the park.
And Slough just are not closing down. There's the player who had the ball in the corner. Nobody really came to his assistance. A ball, no! Good call.
I think Slough needs to be quite careful here, because this could actually turn out to being a little bit of an exhibition game, which unfortunately in the final that's not really what you want to see.
Well, I wouldn't mind, Craig, to be honest with you. From a biased perspective, which we are biased, this is Poppies TV. But I do think that if Kettering can, we've got 9 minutes or so to go in this first half, if we could get a third, I think that's game over. But can we? As this is, all right, it's a long way out, but Craig, we've got another set piece here for Kettering. I think this is going to be Kinneborough or Gooding to take. We know exactly where this is going. This is going to be swung in.
Yeah, this would be Gooding on his right foot to swing this in.
This is going down the keeper's throat, I think, Craig.
It could be, or it could end up on the back of number 5 and number 9 there, Elliot Sandy and Henry Ease.
Dealt with by Slough there. That's away for a corner kick to Kettering. Set piece. This is what we were talking about, Craig. Set piece is crucial. Another opportunity for Kettering to apply pressure to the slightly shaky Slough Town defence, and another opportunity for the Kettering Town faithful to unnerve and unsettle Jake Somerville in goal for Slough.
It's one of those that JJ, all he needs to do is put a quality ball in, beat that first man.
Oh, it's a short one, Gooding, unmarked. Can he get a shot away? He must do. Oh, that's flashed across, right across the face of goal. Another great opportunity there, Craig.
Well, that was the commentator's curse there, because I was just about to say that James Jepson needs to beat the first man, and he surprised us all by doing a training ground routine there, and it nearly paid off for Kettering.
Well, again, surprise for me there that Gooding had that space, and Slough Town just didn't close him down, even though he had the ball. They allowed him to come forward. A great towering header there. This is something for Sandy to chase down. Pressure on the Slough Town defence. Henry Easer thumping header, win possession and allowing Kettering to get forward once again. The ball played forward. Tommy Hall getting up well, putting pressure on. Henry Easer has to marshal his man here. Stand up, Henry. Well dealt with. That's not a handball. That's off of Henry's substantial thigh. And away for a throw. 38 minutes play, Craig, still 2-0.
Yeah, and it's looking good for Kettering. Just coming up to that period now where if we go in goalless, it'll be absolutely massive for them. And just don't need to lose concentration, lose slack here as Slough are just trying to get a rare attack, trying to get something out of it, basically.
Yeah, it's this next 5 minutes or so before half-time crucial because, oh, that's mix up there. That fortunately didn't prove costly, but Kettering still not got the ball away, and that's high, wide and handsome.
Well, if that's all that Slough have got in their armoury today, then I'm more than happy to commentate.
Well, I don't like to put any kind of curse on, but Alistair will be a fact is he's not had a shot to deal with yet. And if we can see out this last 5 or 6 minutes till half-time, Dean Thomas will be happy to get the players in there, and I think it would be a simple case of, guys, more of the same, keep the energy levels up for the second half, concentration key, and let's look to get him on the counter. Another powerful header won by Henry. But James Dobson bringing that ball forward, allowed to carry that some long way. That's an effort, not on target. Fortunately, Warby was well aware that was going wide. Happy to see it bounce past and away for another goal kick.
He seems to be their main threat at the moment. James Dobson there, and just something for James Clifton to watch out there. If we get him on the ball, then we could see a few more problems. Yeah,
the only worrying thing for me there, he was allowed to carry the ball from halfway right to the edge of the edge of the area and get a shot away. Well done there by Tommy Hull, just seeing the ball out for a throw. Clifton.
I think that's the problem that you do tend to play when you're trying to play a 4-3-3, and you're going to leave gaps here on the wings that will let Slough through. But it's a case of just trying to double up and help your fullbacks out, and that's what Kettering are doing well at the moment.
Oh, good work there by Elliot Sandy winning the ball. Dealt with by Slough. Comes to Clifton. Into Jepson, man on, there's a man over, Kiddy was calling for this, he's got acres of space over on that left flank. Gets the ball, nice pass from Henry, not too much to do. Important to keep possession, we don't want to be any silly mistakes, giving possession away when there's no pressure on. Slough Town now with a throw deep in their own half. 41 minutes now on the clock, Chris Logan has the ball, Gooding as Thorpe peels away to the far post, oh Elliot Sandy, little inside ball. Inches away and out behind for a goal kick to Slough. Jake Somerville taking this. His goal kicks so far have been pretty good. And away for a Slough throw just inside the Kettering half. Still 2-0 to Kettering Town. The clock is winding down towards half-time. No slips here, please, Kettering. Well dealt with there by Jepson, a nice solid tackle. Henry Eze using his bulk there just to ease the player away from the ball. And back to the safety of Alistair Warby. And that bounces all the way through for Jake Somerville to have another goal kick. The wind playing a part there. Slough Town trying to galvanise their players into action for the last 3 minutes of the half. Great header by Tommy Hall. He's been enormous for Kettering this first half as Moorman wins the ball. Does well there, under pressure, still has the ball, carrying forward. Can he release? No, unfortunately. That's a handball right in front of the ref. He's happy that was ball to hand. As Dobson picks the ball up just in front of our commentary position, Clifton nodding away there. Moorman was allowed to carry that ball forward. Unable though to find a final ball. Slough Town central defence there. Always McClurg has space here. Well dealt with by Henry. Moorman gets his foot in. Henry away. Can Sandy get hold of that? He can. Takes the ball away from play. Good pressure. Great pressure from Elliot Sandy. The ball is still in play. Slough Town with possession on the far side. Number 2 pushing forward there, looking for something out of this game in the final couple of minutes of the first half. Ball played forward, number 5 there, Dave Woosley, the captain for Slough, dealing with it. He'll be taking this throw-in for Slough. 90 seconds left of the first half. Not too much to add on, I wouldn't have thought. Henry's going to marshal that one out. Does well as ever. Sure-footed. Ball up to Sandy. Doesn't win it. Woosley getting there first, the captain for Slough. Been encouraging his teammates in the last 5 minutes or so, trying to get them motoring to pressure on. A set piece here for Slough. Taken quickly, probably possibly too quickly. Yes, it was. Clifton looking to break here. Thought, can he get around his man? Back to Clifton. No, he's taken it inside to Jepson. Dealt with by Woosley. Dobson on the ball. Slips. That allows Clifton. And so James Dobson voices his disapproval of that, but the ball cannon back off Clifton.
1 minute stoppage.
Back onto Dobson. Throw for Kettering. 45 minutes played. 1 minute added on there. Clifton taking the ball. Long throw down the left. Thorpe picks the ball up. He's going to have a shot. Speculative. Wide of the goal there. Dealt with by Somerville. Kettering Town just need to deal with this. Not that well there by Henry, but he makes amends. Henry can bring this forward now. Slough Town players backing off. That's going to be a free kick to Kettering. Set piece, Craig. We've got 40 seconds left of this first half. This final opportunity for Kettering to get something out of this first half.
Yeah, it would be a good opportunity. It would be a massive opportunity if we can go and score from it. But I think the main key now is just to keep the ball, not do anything silly. 40 seconds to go, going at half time, job half done.
Yeah, you're right there, Craig. Goody's going to take this, running the clock down, not in any great rush. I think this will be the last action of the first half, and it's been a pretty feisty first half. The referee does indeed blow for half time. The players make their way off. Rapturous applause from all sides of the ground here. Good first half performance, solid. I think he's an accomplished there, Craig, as Kettering Town leave the field 2-0. The score at half time. So the second half about to get underway. No changes made at half time for either team. Kettering Town 45 minutes away from promotion. Early attack allows Gooding possession in the middle there. Gives away possession a little cheaply. Overlapping now from Slough Town. I think that's McClurg, I think. No, it's Harris. Cuts inside Kinneborough. Does well though, stands him up again. Slings the ball across. Not dealt with. Still not away, but now Chris Logan able to spoon that ball away. Slough Town, this first 15 minutes, Craig, it's going to be like Tuesday night. They're going to be looking to get a goal, get a foothold back in this game.
Oh, of course, it looked a bit ropey, but Slough Town still clutching the straws there for a handball or a penalty appeal, and they're going to be trying getting any half chance that they can to get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, the Kettering defence is going to need to be fully focused. His first 15 minutes, I think, is going to be crucial.
Andy Jepson, I think they're going to be in for a hard second half.
Josh Morman, they didn't take the opportunity that was presented by Jepson to lay it off and lost possession, so Slough still have the ball. McClurg plays it forward. Overlapping Sean Fraser. Gooding just rolls it back to Warby. Doesn't deal with the first instance. Gets it away well. That's a push in the back. Referee giving nothing. Probably couldn't see it, but from where we are, Craig, clear push in the back.
Clear push in the back. I'm just a bit worried here that we're just inviting Slough Town onto us there.
Well, that's an opportunity. They've done what we did in the first half, just slung the ball forward, made the defence deal with it, and Kinder has conceded a corner.
Nobody's pressured the keeper there. He's had the whole half to himself, and he's kicked a long ball up there, and it's allowed Slough Town to have an opportunity here.
Exactly. It is indeed an opportunity. Far post. Oh, that's unfortunate there for the captain. Woosley took position at the far post and had some space there, but the ball, oh, good half a yard over his head.
Yeah, just a bit of alert there for Kettering. They need to just sort out the marking there. He was at the back post, just there for an easy header if our friend up there didn't draw out the wind at that time when he was just about to be planted on his head.
Yeah, as we saw, the set pieces were crucial in the first, especially with that wind swirling around, and we don't want to be conceding too many of those. Sandy has the ball. Good ball forward, something to Mormon to chase. Dealt with well. Nice and early by Slough Town defender there. Saw the ball away and downfield slightly for a Kettering throw. Not going to be any rush in this second half to take throw-ins, Craig.
No, very much so. We can see Stevie just dropping over there with the Slough Town player frozen the ball, tells him to get on with it. But yeah, just be taking it nice and easy this half.
Good square ball there to the unmarked Clifton. Poor passer, gives possession away. Logan wins it back. Something for Elliot Sandy to chase. Oh, Gooding could get there first. Does. Ball doesn't come down though. That's a shame. Good position. Oh, good turn by Gooding. Can he deliver? Good work there by Andy Gooding, Craig, and really made the goalkeeper work, but an opportunity wasted perhaps for Kettering.
Yeah, very good work, just like Andy's been all season. A little terrier on that ball and shows some skill there to beat his marker, and he looks like he's going to be that link between the attacking force of trying to create something, and he definitely did that there.
He did indeed, and we saw that. I think this is going to be the ploy for Slough this half. They're going to get the ball forward as early as they can, every opportunity, see if they can get somebody on there or force an error and look for the corners like Kettering did in the first half. But they were unlucky on that occasion. Clifton brings the ball forward, plays it down into that right channel. Thought battles for the possession and has seen that out for a corner. Early opportunity here then, Craig. Corners looking very dangerous in the first half for Kettering. We've got an opportunity here as James Jepson jogs slowly over to take this corner. Henry Easy makes his way up. Craig, how valuable would a goal for Kettering Town been right now?
Oh, fantastic. Straight on after 5 minutes of the second half starting, to get a goal now we should surely wrap things up, and hopefully we can then go on and get a fourth.
Indeed, good corner taken. Henry Easy, oh, unmarked in the middle of the box there, Henry Easy. Unmarked, but the ball was curling away from him. He didn't get good contact on that, and that goes harmlessly wide for a goal kick for Jake Somerville in the Slough goal.
Yeah, there's still alarm bells there for Slough Town, who still haven't managed to get hold of how to deal with their set pieces.
Well, I can't believe that they allowed Henry Easy that space. I would have, if it was me, I'd say, right, I want 2 men on Henry Easy.
Yeah, you would have thought, but you don't know with these modern tacticians these days in the dugout. But as it stands, we've profited from it for our second goal.
Jepson looks to keep possession. Thorpe bursts forward. Gooding outside of him, offered there, has the ball, gets a cross in. That's going to go behind though, unfortunately. Again, plenty of space there, and the Slough Town guys not putting a lot of pressure there on the ball when Kettering have it, which for me, Craig, I think that's, they really need to be trying to win possession in midfield and get that ball forward.
I was actually listening to one of the quotes that their manager was saying on YouTube, and you know their big tactic was to get here, get in our faces, and put us under pressure at all times. So far, I haven't seen that from Slough.
Absolutely no evidence of that at all, Craig. It's been the other way, if anything. Clifton looks to deal with this, bouncing around. That's going to be on our heads, Craig, if we're not careful. Boom. Thankfully, that was on the other porter cabin and not on ours.
Just reminds me of sitting at the top of Rock and Bowl, sitting up here, overlooking the tin hat.
Back in the good old days when Kettering actually had their own home. We've been a bit nomadic the last couple of seasons, playing at the ill-fated Enterprise at Nem Park, then over to Steel Park in Corby, where we saw crowds dwindle into the sort of 300 mark. But we now have our own temporary, well, I say our own, we now have a temporary home here at Latimer Park, Craig. And I think we have to pay testament to Richie Joanne and all the volunteers here at Kettering Town for the facilities that they've installed here at Latimer Park.
Oh, very much so. You know, they haven't proved to this day, even though we're still at quarter cabin basis, the facilities have got better, and obviously you've got to give a big thank you as well to Burton Park Wanderers who have basically gave us the opportunity to play here. So I think it's credit all round to everybody, and we wouldn't be having days like this today.
No, indeed, the Burton Park Wanderers, obviously we have a debt of gratitude to those guys, and it's fair to say that they have benefited from the enterprise with the facilities now here. It's nice for their players and supporters to have a little more of a professional setup. Slough looking to break here. Oh, a last-ditch saving tackle there by Clifton, but allowing Slough to break forward again. Looking dangerous now. That's going to false. I was just worried that was going to hold up in the wind and just lift over the head of Warby, but it didn't. Kettering looking to break now. Thorpe holding the ball up on the right. Back to Clifton. Long ball for Sandy to chase. And wins it. A little nudge. And that's going to go behind for a goal kick. A bit of a nudge there. But the referee's assistant on the far side giving nothing.
Yeah, I think it was more of the dramatics from Elliot.
Yeah, I guess the posturing.
Back that didn't really.
The appeal fell on deaf ears, didn't it?
But a little bit impressed there with Slough Town in that last attack that they've had. They've actually showed glimpses that they can be a threat in this game as they've got the ball now.
Yeah, there's definitely opportunities down this right flank. That's the second time in a couple of minutes that they've found some joy there. But this is a chance for Kettering to break as Jepson has the ball. Only one man up front though. Where's his support? He should have had a colleague screaming at him that he had a man on. Morgan looks to take that away, does so well. Sandy making a nuisance of himself, but Slough bring the ball away. Still coming forward. Slough are putting greater numbers forward, Craig, as this half wears on, and they've won a corner for their pressure.
Yeah, this is what they need to do now, work on percentages, try and get themselves back into the game, cause a threat, but we don't need mistakes there from James Jepson just right in front of us there. We need to be keeping the ball and making sure we play it early, but Slough do have the corner, and each time they're nibbling away, it leads to a chance on Warby's goal.
Yeah, with this wind and the height of some of those Slough players, we want to restrict them to as few chances as possible. But Henry Eze, mammoth header there, Craig, cleared his line superbly.
Well, you need a quality ball to beat someone like him in any penalty area, really.
Yeah, it was a good, solid defensive header. Josh Morgan completing the job, getting the ball away over the halfway line for a Slough throw. 2 balls on the pitch, swiftly dealt with. Clifton getting under that. Nobody deals with it, and Slough Town have an opportunity. And Slough Town have got a goal back. Tommy Hall didn't pick his man up. Nobody picked the goal scorer up. And we have done exactly what we should not have done, given Slough Town a foothold in this game. Their first opportunity, clear opportunity of the game, and they've scored. 15 minutes or so into this second half, Kettering Town 2, Slough Town 1. Game is definitely on. Kettering Town have work still to do in this tie. A little bit lapse in their closing down. A little bit slow to react. But Gooding breaks, and that is a free kick. Slough Town bench not happy with that decision, but whether they're happy or not, it's irrelevant, because that is a free kick. And there's a player down. I think it's Thorpe. He's still down. Manages to get himself up there, so no treatment needed. Opportunity here, Craig, for Kettering to restore the 2-goal advantage. Jepson has the ball. It's 10 yards away from the corner of the box, the far corner as we look at it. Bodies in the box. An opportunity. Players are going to be running across the keeper as it's swung in. Comes back to Gooding. Plays it forward to a Slough shirt. That's a ball to chase. That should go through to safely to Warby, and does so. Kettering Town need to regroup, gather their thoughts, keep possession, look for gaps in this Slough defence as they're going to be opening up as they need to score another. Kettering Town don't, of course, although we want them to. Good ball out wide to Thorpe. First touch good, and he swung it over. Far post, Moorman does well there, still has the ball. Moorman hits it. Oh, that's hit powerfully, but over the top of the bar. Slough Tower fans beginning to find their voice as they are joining the Kettering Town fans behind the goal that Alistair Warby is marshalling in this second half. Somerville takes this goal kick. Not dealt with by Eze. Kidderburgh cool, calm and collected. Jepson sees the ball forward to stand it. Ball just holding up in the wind. That's going to be a bit of an issue in this second half. We need to be looking at getting that ball on the floor a bit more, I think. Sends it long to Sandy. Doesn't win the ball. Josh Moorman shoulder barged before he even had the ball. Kettering still had possession. Sandy down this left wing just in front of us. Elliot Sandy just giving the ball away too easily there for me. Kettering Town looking nervous, Craig, I've got to be honest. Since before Slough scored. A few mistakes creeping into the game, concentration not there, we're not picking up as quick as we were in the first half. Yeah,
these are the attributes that we said before the game that basically we needed to sort out, and Kettering have been a bit edgy and been very, very deep at late and inviting Slough onto them, and it seemed like Daventry all over again. Yeah,
I think I'm not saying that the game plan was to defend for 45 minutes, of course, but it certainly appears that way. Slough Town certainly in the ascendancy and on top at the minute. Concentration key as Henry Eze does another one of his trademark rolls. Need to ask him what that's all about. I saw him do 3 or 4 during the game on Tuesday night. Just hope he doesn't injure his shoulder doing that as this free kick's taken. Far post, unmarked. Warby deals with that, takes it off the head of Henry Eze. Heart in mouth for Kettering Town fans there. Approaching the 20-minute mark in this second half. Kettering Town 2, Slough Town 1. Kettering struggling to get and retain possession, Craig.
Yeah, I think we just need to be, just be a bit more careful at the back there, and possibly maybe a bit of fresh legs in that midfield there, just to spice up. It looks like, James Jepson there looks a bit jaded, but as I say that, he just went to tackle right in front of us. But yeah, we're just a bit too deep for my liking, and it seems to be just route one stuff at the moment, not really creating a lot.
No, that's oh, well done by Clifton. Can he get there first? He can. Can he get a shot away? He can. Oh, it's a poor effort though. Great opportunity there for Kettering. That ball swept across field by Elliot Sandy, I think it was. Could have been.
As soon as he nicked the ball there off the player, the ball was spinning wildly, and I think he was just waiting for that ball to settle down so he can have a clean strike. But got closed down there pretty quickly, and he needed to take the strike, which just wasn't clean enough.
So, first real clear-cut opportunity of the second half for Kettering. Looking to pen Slough back in their own half. They need to score another goal. Kettering need to make sure they don't.
I've just been told the attendance is 2,331 here, so an absolutely phenomenal turnout from both teams.
That is quite incredible, Craig. 2,331. Obviously, I presume that's going to be a record for this level. I don't know for sure, but whether it is or not, it's an amazing turnout.
Yeah, I just think it falls just a bit short between a playoff final at this level between Nuneaton and Bedford Town, but that was a huge let-off there for Kettering.
Yeah, that ball just sent forward with no particular target, and safely went past Alastair Warby's left-hand post. Things ramping up now on the pitch. Slough Town have a taste that they can get back into this game. They have got back into it. It's 2-1. They're going for blood. Kettering Town, mindful of the fact they need to retain possession and look to pick up the pieces of counter-attacks. Got to win that possession in midfield. As Henry Eze looks to win that ball back and does so very well. They're manful defending. Sends the ball forward, but that's just holding up in the wind. We're looking to get that ball on the floor, Craig. Work it through midfield, perhaps a bit more.
Yeah, we just seem to lack a bit of creativity in the midfield. You've got
giving the ball away too easy there again, Chris Logan. Oh, that's dangerous defending. Got away with it. Steve Kidderburn not really looking to move that ball quickly. But Kettering do bring the ball clear. Jonathan Thorpe now on the far side. Carries it forward. Plays the ball forward. Sandy's in space here. Cuts inside. Gets a shot away. Oh, that's just wide of Jake Somerville's left-hand post. Another good opportunity there, Craig, as we see Kettering have still opportunities coming forward.
Yeah, again, it's coming down that right-hand side, and James Clifton, Jonathan Thorpe had a work up with that, but great movement there by Elliot Sandy to work himself a bit of a gap.
Yeah, he did all the hard work himself there, created a good opportunity, but sadly wasn't to be. As it's a Slough Town throw deep in the Kettering half. 22 minutes played or thereabouts, second half. Kettering Town 2, Slough Town 1.
George, do it! George, do it!
Ball slung in, not dealt with. Slough have the ball. Oh, just misses number 10, Harris. And this is sent forward for Sandy to chase, puts pressure on. Will get possession, needs to hold play up until somebody can join him. He's got bodies up there now. Plays it back to Jepson, slings it forward. That's just going to hold up in there, and that's a ball to nothing. Comes back to Jepson, not dealing with that at all there in midfield. But Mormon now the ball, Craig. Kettering, look, there's man on for Logan. Kettering looking to break where they can, Craig.
Yeah, we've just been a bit sloppy there in the passing, and yet again Jepson's giving the ball away, you know, in that midfield area, and we just need to get it down, get back on that ball and start doing what we were doing in the first half.
Yeah, midfield are really sitting off now. Slough Town getting a lot of the ball and lots of opportunities. That's a goal!
That's a great goal. It's that man again, Johnny Dyer.
Well, that's exactly what we've been talking about. Kettering Town not dealing with that at all. Henry Eze, statuesque. Allowed the Slough player not to only get possession, but to turn and place the ball in the far corner. Kettering Town need to wake up, need to get their heads back on the game. They need to step things up. This game is back where it started. The sides are level. Kettering Town 2, Slough Town 2. Disappointment around the ground. The players look disappointed. They need to shake that off and crack on. Slough Town definitely on top of this game now, but chance really from nothing. Okay, well, I think we're going to have to relocate from our position. We're on the roof, but we've been asked to leave the roof, so we'll try and keep commentary going as we do. I think we might. Oh, the Slough Town have another opportunity. Not dealt with by Kettering. That's going to be a goal. Oh, Warby gets a saving challenge. Kettering Town are at 6s and 7s. Absolutely 6s and 7s. Henry Eze needs to bring this ball forward. Sandy doesn't have the ball. Kettering Town not retaining possession at all. The ball comes through safely to Alastair Warby. That was a massive, massive let-off for Kettering. Slough Town really should have taken the lead there. Kettering Town are rocking, and not in a positive way. Slough Town much more aggressive, much more physical, looking to impose themselves, and impose themselves they certainly have. Looking for that ball down the middle. Kettering Town's defence is at 6s and 7s.
Well, this is very poor from Kettering at the moment, and Johnny Dyer could have easily got his hat-trick there, and you know, James McClug could have easily tapped home there if it weren't for Henry Eves. But very, very worrying times for Dean Thomas, as we can see him below us. Hands on the hips, trying to think of what card to play next. Well,
we all know what's on the bench. There's a lot of opportunities there. We've got Dubiog Bonner, Lewis Hamilton, John Bukasa, Andy Osei Sirabor and Ash Fuller. There's some very good players on the bench, some pace, very attacking bench as well, Craig. So I think that is possibly something we'll be seeing change in the not too distant future as Kidderminster looks to win the ball, sees it out for a Slough throw. They're racing forward now. Slough are looking to capitalise on this surge that they're on at the moment. Well, they're slowing their own play down here, waiting for somebody else to take the throw. So another opportunity here for Slough Town. Good deep throw to Warby, has to punch clear. Mormon doesn't deal with that, lets it bounce. I don't like to see balls allowed to bounce in the area, or anywhere in fact. Under a lot of pressure, but deals with it, gets it away. Elliot Sandy has a chance to get the ball into the Slough half. He's got a lot of work to do on his own. Can he retain possession? Wins a throw in. Good work there by Sandy, and Mormon dealt with that. Had to go back, help out his defence. Did well. Jepson to Thorpe, receives it. Well, that's a free kick, but no, it isn't. It is a throw to Kettering. Dean Thomas encouraging Easy and Hull. Get their heads back on the game. Well, that just shows where Kettering are at the minute. Chris Logan playing the ball under no pressure to no one. Heads are down, and the body language isn't good from Kettering at the minute, Craig.
It's not, but it's a time where, you know, we need to group, we need to talk to each other, and probably some fresh faces will probably need to be added in just to mix this game up a bit. And it's looking a bit all too predictable at the moment from Kettering.
No, Henry's not dealing with that at all. Gets a second opportunity, still doesn't deal with it. And the third opportunity, still doesn't deal with it. And it's left to Clifton. Shaky times. Clifton doing well there. Ball, just look Slough looking to just get that ball back in the area, keep the pressure on. But it is a goal kick for Alistair Warby. Shouting encouragement at the outfield players. Warby looking to lead by example. As Kettering Town need to get their heads sorted, get back on this. And we need another goal. Not winning the head as we were in the first half, Craig. It's beginning to look a little one-way traffic at the minute. Steve Kidderminster marshals his man well and sees it out for a throw. So Slough Town not electing for the long throw into the box, but Dobson has it. Player unmarked there, allowed to turn again. Again, slack marking from Kettering Town. Yeah. Slough Town's number 9, Cornell, allowed time there, Craig, to get the ball down and turn and get a shot away.
Yeah, he's one of the players you don't really want to be given space, but each time now, every time Slough have the ball, it's dropping off their space. There's no pressure on him at all, and it needs something to happen and change quickly.
Yeah, Kettering Town are really making life very difficult for themselves. Defence is just way too slack, but they're looking to bring it forward now. Logan has the ball. Good ball into the channel. Mormon's going to chase this, but that's safely dealt with by Jake Somerville. Long ball forward. Number 9 has just wandered away and found space, but the ball didn't find him, thankfully. Jepson now have the ball. looking for options, and there wasn't a great deal of movement there, Craig.
It's not, but good bit of vision there from James Jepson to play a quarterback sort of pass there to find Jonathan Thorpe, but just a bit isolated out there on the right-hand side, and he was easily doubled up on and ball taken off of him.
Oh, and a poor clearance there by Tommy Hull, straight to the Slough number 6, sends it forward. Hull deals with that well, as Clifton brings the ball forward. Again, not a lot of movement, and just two targeting up there. They are playing miles apart, for even if Elliot Sandy does nick it there, it's going only to a Slough shirt.
I think the fans are going to be calling for that time. Yes, Doobie time.
Yeah, can Doobie work the magic he's been doing all season? Let's hope so. Thorpe brings the ball deep into the Slough half, and that is a Slough throw.
I think we need a bit of a change up front, because Doobie's that sort of player that likes the ball at his feet, he likes playing, and he's quick and he can turn defenders, where Elliot, not being rude to him, is a bit of tall, strong physique, and he's a holding up sort type of player, and I think a bit of a change up front could benefit Kettering Town.
Definitely. Slough Town bring that ball forward very well. Then again, there's acres of space there for Harris to break into, and he's got right to the byline. Pulls the ball across, easy way. Allows Chris Logan. Oh, he sliced that ball. Moorman wins it, gets there first, and Kettering Town bring the ball away. Moorman, good work there. Saving tackle. Slough Town. Referee plays an advantage. He doesn't bring it back now. Well, we've not seen a great deal of potency up front there for Kettering. Jonathan Thorpe not really having a lot of opportunity to break forward this second half, Craig. I think we might well be seeing a change in formation as well when the sub is made.
Yeah, it's quite surprising, because the right-hand side worked so well in the first half, and it worked at the beginning of the second half, and for some reason now we just don't seem to be using it at all, and we're now 75 minutes on the clock. It's 2-2, and you know, to win a game, you need to flip that coin and see what it says and make a change.
Well, I think you're right. 15 minutes to go. I think now is the time to make a change. Give a substitute an opportunity to have some time. I'm sure both managers will be mindful of the fact that if it is still 2-2 or level at 90 minutes, it will be extra time. But Kettering need to change the game, and if that's another wasteful free kick there, too easy, and they've taken it quickly, but the referee's not happy that it was where it was taken from. Player is still down as well.
Yeah, that's something else that Kettering have to be careful of, giving away too many sloppy free kicks in and around the central area, and probability is if one of those decent balls gets crossed in, we need to defend that, or we could see ourselves from 2-0 up to being 3-2 down.
Exactly. This is dangerous times for Kettering. The wind is behind Slough's backs, so that's away for a goal kick. Fortunately, there, Henry Easy more dominant there in defence than he has been so far this second half. The game is starting to sort of level out again now, as the energy that Slough used to get back into this game is starting to drain. Nervous energy will start to take effect, and that is a Slough throw right in front of us. So, over the head of Jepson.
Just a reminder, this game has to be settled here today. There will be extra time, there will be penalties, and so far at the moment, if there's any two teams that are going to go through, it looks to be the visitors.
Well, again, static defending. Kettering Town from 2-0 up are giving this game away, Craig, with a whimper. 3-2 now to Slough Town. Poor defending again. Kettering Town not picking up, not closing down, allowing Slough to get the shots away. I think it's time to make a change. There's some disappointed heads out there, and so they should be. 2-0 up, 3-2 down now. At 2-0 at half-time, Kettering Town should have had this game wrapped up. And the first substitution is about to be made. Dubion Bonner is ready and poised to make his appearance. Let's just hope it's not too little too late. Slough Town will throw everything forward now. That ball is just going to be sent forward at every opportunity. And we're allowing them to carry the ball. Steve Kidderburgh for me in that third goal, backing off. Nobody helping him out though. And he had two players, one overlapped. That allowed the cross to be made. And just static defending from Kettering as that ball's just humped forward. Sandy's got no chance of doing anything with that. Dobson brings it away. So this is not the scoreline we were hoping for at half-time. With Kettering Town a 2-0 lead, given that away now. And that ball played forward. Thorpe was miles off the pace, never going to get that. Kettering Town need to get some discipline. And another needless free kick given away there. Henry Easy going in too hard. And the Slough Town players made a bit of a meal of it. But he's won a free kick. This will be an opportunity for the substitution now to be made. I think it's going to be, well, let's see, it's Dubion Bonner who's coming on. Who's the player that's going to make way? So Chris Logan making way for Dubion Bonner. So changing personnel, changing formation. Dubion Bonner will be going up front. I presume we'll see Josh Moorman tuck back into midfield. Kettering Town need to score another goal. It's around about 12 minutes or so left in this game. So an opportunity here for Slough Town to run the clock down and take on some water, take any sting out of Kettering Town, but when play restarts it's with a free kick essentially, just inside Kettering's half for Slough. Another opportunity for them to throw bodies forward, see if they can pinch another goal. Capitulation from Kettering Town in this second half. 3 goals conceded in the second half. We saw Kettering play 10 games in April, only conceding 4 goals if I recall correctly, but we've conceded 3 in May in a 45-minute period. All to do now for Kettering Town. Well, that header, I could have let that run out, but headed back. Nobody in midfield to pick that, just giving Slough Town possession again. Kidderburgh now looking to bring this forward, looking to send Dubion Bonner away. The ball played down the middle and Duby was on the left. Needs that ball closer to him, give him something to do. Somerville not in any rush to take this kick, and why should he be? Slough Town winning 3-2 with 10 minutes or so to go. Long kick, well dealt. As Kidderburgh sees that out, that is going to be a throw-in to Slough. Just over the halfway line.
Not yet. In a minute, a couple of minutes, just keep going there.
So the ball is off the pitch. But we have another one, we have a replacement. Long throw towards Henry Eze. Doesn't deal with it. Tommy Hull nudged off the ball. Kidderburgh hooking away. Away for another Slough throw. Every second this ball is in Kettering's half, Slough Town are a second closer to playoff final victory. Ball out now for a Kettering throw, an opportunity to work that ball down the line. Dubion Bonner not looking, not on his toes. Opportunity for Kettering to get some pressure on inside the final 10 minutes. Throw-in taken quickly to Doobie. A lot of work needed to do here. Plays it back to Kidderburgh. poor first touch, but bounces kindly to Doobie, turns. That's got to be a free kick, ref. No. Very satisfying for Slough to see that not given. Good header away. Kettering Town players not reacting to this ball at all. Clifton has possession, plays inside. Gooding taken late. Referee playing on. That's going to be a free kick, I think, brought back. And certainly a booking for me. It was very late. Indeed, the referee has got his book out.
Has Johnny Dye been booked?
I thought he was booked in the first half, but... Or was that Dobson? I think Dobson was booked first half. They do have similar haircuts. Clutching at straws there, Craig, looking for a red.
I'll take anything at the moment.
I think that's where we are.
But a quality Steve Kinneborough ball here can change things.
Throwing bodies forward here, Kettering. And that's so sadly through to the hands of Jake Somerville. The ball a little straight, a little flat. Kettering Town need to get back now. The clock is running down. Kettering Town are running out of time, unfortunately. Solid header, brings it forward. Jepson, absolutely robbed there. Kettering Town midfield are static. And that's allowed Slough Town to get right to the byline again. Pull that ball back. Kinneborough, nobody's closing the ball. No pressure on the ball. They allowed to have possession again and turn and shoot. That's about the 5th time this half we've allowed Slough to get to the byline.
Yeah, it's all far too easy now for Slough. Even the tackles that Kettering are putting in are half-hearted. You know, communication, nobody's talking. It needs some bit of inspiration here from big-name players here to sort of rescue this game for Kettering.
Well, there's no sign of anybody stepping up to that mantle, Craig. Nobody's taking this game by the scruff of the neck. Kettering Town really do need a wake-up call. Slough Town poor in the first half. Kettering Town looked very good, but the second half role reversal has been quite devastating. Slough Town dominant across the pitch, and Kettering, wow, capitulation to say the least.
So with 5 minutes to go till normal time. Can Kettering nick that 3rd goal and send us straight into extra time? Tough order, I'm saying, from here, but...
Well, I think there's been one opportunity on target in the second half from Kettering. It's going to take a moment of magic because Kettering are just not keeping the ball at all. And the ball over the top has not worked, and that's a late challenge. Late ball away. Unnecessary there from the Slough Town player.
Yeah, he's just gone in straight from behind Sean Fraser on it, Sandy.
Yeah, referee's going to have a word at least, and he's looking, reaching for his cards.
There's got to be a booking. It was straight from behind. There's no qualms about that. I think the player's even trying to say it was his first offence.
Exactly.
You can't do that at any level coming from behind.
Well, Kettering now. They did looking to commit everybody forward, but Thorpe has come back to mark the lone Slough Town player. Harris on the halfway line. Kinnerwood takes the ball, takes a kick, swings out to the far post. Henrize wins it. Not dealt with, the ball bouncing. Nobody getting contact there for Kettering Town, and the ball is brought away. Slough Town now, opportunity to break. This is a good opportunity.
For his hat-trick here, but he's blazed that straight over.
Great opportunity, and I think the Slough Town manager will be disappointed he didn't run that on a bit further. Opportunity there for Kettering Town, but that ball just did not come down. Nobody able to get a strike away. Time is ticking away, and this tie is slipping out of Kettering's hands. Confusion reigns. So Slough Town slowing things right down here, running that clock down, although the referee will obviously be aware of that. And play finally allowed to resume. Flicked on to nobody, well, flicked on to a Slough player. Henry Isa has the ball. Jonathan Thorpe looks to get that ball down, can't. Clifton has the ball. Poor first touch, loses possession. This is an opportunity for Slough to break. There is a man unmarked. Harris is away. Well dealt with by Kinneberg. Needs to go away from goal. Plays the ball back. Poor clearance, but Sandy needs to control that ball. Kettering Town have got to get a hold of this ball. Player is offside is given, but play allowed to continue. Kettering really need to show some desire in this last couple of minutes, Craig.
Oh, obviously, you know, this is what you've worked for all season, to get to stages like this, and you're literally a couple of minutes away from losing a playoff final, and that's not what players come into the sport to do. They want to be winners and they want to win games. And
it's a very disappointing way to end things if it does. Kettering Town showing nothing in this second half. And that's got it, I'll say, I'm amazed that wasn't given as a free kick. But I'm surprised, even more surprised, it was given as a corner.
So we're just coming into stoppage time. We're just waiting for the linesman, the fourth official, to find out how many minutes we've got.
Gooding prepared to take this corner, and that's a poor corner. Not dealt with. Bonner pulled back, has the ball. Can he create anything? Anything? Charge down, ball away, and as far as Gooding. Do we have Bonner still in? No, Bonner can just make a run inside, doesn't. But Gooding does, and has the ball. Still has the ball. Soft free kick. Gooding's down. Slowly gets back up. Kettering Town know that was probably the last opportunities. Time ticks away. Tick tock, tick tock. 4 minutes now indicated by the fourth official. 4 minutes to save Kettering Town's season. It's been a fantastic season, but such a shame to fall at the final hurdle. Kettering Town worked so hard to get here and looked imperious in April. But Slough Town also had a very good April.
Well, I think that will be they'll be the only team this season to do the double over us at Latimer Park.
Yes, and unfortunately. The Slough Town player decides to take a drink. The referee is urging them to hurry things up. So the ball is played into the corner rather than trying to play it long. Slough Town do not need to score. Kettering Town certainly do. Nobody in midfield to win that possession. Kettering really need to get hold of that ball, because without it, we certainly will not get back into this game. He really looks to take a quick goal kick. Time is not on our side.
It's not, and Kettering Town will be questioning how they threw away a 2-goal lead in the space of 45 minutes.
Well, it was that important 15-minute period I mentioned at half-time, Craig, where Slough Town would look to get a foothold, and that's exactly what they did. But I've got to be honest, they haven't played that well in this half. But Kettering Town's defence has been as poor as I've seen it all season, which is very disappointing to see.
Well, it's going to be those ones that the Kettering Town fans will look on in many years if we lose this, and find out who are the scapegoats, and why have we managed to throw away a 2-goal lead. But we've still got 2 minutes here of injury time left, so you never know what can happen here. But to do that first, we need to get the ball.
Yeah, we haven't got it, and Harris is taking that down. He's going to be happy just to stay there for as long as he possibly can. Maybe we can get a free kick or a corner out of it. But it's a goal kick. Well, Craig, we, as Kettering Town fans, know only too well playoff disappointment in recent history against Altrincham.
Yeah, Farsley, Celtic, and today could be against Slough Town. And I think it's a case that if we do stay in this league next season, automatic promotion has to be the key.
Josh Mormon on his own there, nobody helping him out. Nobody within a yard, nobody within 15 yards of him, and Slough Town are allowed to outnumber him there. To me, Mormon's looked very tired for the last 20 minutes or so. I'm slightly surprised he's still on them. We didn't bring a bit more pace on, Craig, with the likes of Hamilton and even Fuller on the bench.
Well, that's where you've got to look at the management team and go, we've got the ammunition on the bench, why haven't you loaded the gun with it? And,
exactly.
So far, it hasn't been the case. And it could be, well, far too little too late as we're now in the final minute of injury time.
Oh, good in giving possession away, absolutely no pressure at all. And that was an opportunity for Kettering to break. Jepson wins possession. Gooding now has a chance to make amends. Dwelling on the ball too long. Bad decision again by Gooding, giving possession away. Slough are just going to run this into the corner, and they are allowed to. Kinneborough looks dead on his feet, and Harris just takes us into the corner. Happy to get anything from this. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, disappointment for Kettering Town, jubilation for Slough Town, as their players and fans celebrate. Kettering Town players are despondent, disconsolate, disappointed, but most importantly, Kettering Town have lost this playoff final. Who'd have thought it at half-time? 2-0 win, 2-0 up, very comfortable. An average Slough Town have been allowed to take advantage. 3 goals conceded in the second half. Very disappointing for all concerned. But let's not forget, it has been a very interesting, to say the least, season for Kettering Town, Craig.
Well, it's one of those of basically, one, what do you say next, and two, it's how can you throw away a 2-goal lead like that in a playoff final? But you've got to give credit there to Slough Town. They looked dead and buried at half-time, and they've come back, and in 45 minutes they've turned the game around and managed to get promoted to the Southern League. But disappointing day for Kettering, a day that I don't think either teams will want, but it's been confirmed now here that we will be in the Southern League Division 1 Central again next season.